Howdy everybody, good to see you. Welcome to Step Into the Portal. I am the Brandt. I'm here at the Portal home studio, and I'm starting up a little series, I suppose, for Marvel Champions called 5 Games Against. So I'm going to play 5 games against various villains and scenarios in Marvel Champions. So this is just part 1 of this 2-parter because playing 5 games, some on expert, is a long live stream. So I'm going to try to play 3 today, and then I'll try to stream 2 more to put that together. Some of the other villains I might be able to play 5 in one stream, but not this one. So there's that. So I'm going to play against Red Skull because somebody online had said, hey, there aren't a lot of games of people playing against Red Skull. So played against Red Skull for a whole week before I did this, and I think I've learned some stuff, and I think there's some tricky things to Red Skull, so we'll see. So let me go down to the table here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 standard games against Red Skull. I'm going to play 5 games overall. 2 are going to be standard, 3 are going to be expert. I want to play standard because I know there's people out there who are playing on standard mode, and I want to kind of walk through that as well. I think that's important, just kind of community-wise. Whereas I tend to play expert, but I don't always tend to win. So I guess if I go 5-0, it's like, hey, this is great. If I go 4-1, I feel like I've definitely kind of, found solutions to a villain. If I'm 3-2 overall, okay, there's some things that I know and some things I don't know, and I'm really hoping that I don't only win 1 or 2 games, although I will say that Red Skull is one of the trickiest ones to start with here. The biggest thing with Red Skull is the order of this deck matters so much. So that's where that randomness comes in. Certainly the cards from the encounter deck as well. And sometimes it's just not the right order that you could deal with it. Because, of course, you're adding a scheme and a card every turn. And if those play off of each other too much, or this is like puts out the sleeper and then this is Shadow of the Past, it gets really tricky. So the way I'm going to do it when I do this is I'm going to play 1 standard with a precon. So I've got the Wanda Maximoff precon, so I'm going to play her precon Justice. Then I'm going to play against standard with a deck I built, which is Captain America Aggression. So I'm going to play that, just showing like, hey, if I built a deck to try to beat them. And then I'll play Expert today, and this is my Peter Parker, basics. So I'm going to play with just basics. Overall, I'll end up playing all 5 aspects. One of the aspects being basic, which I realize isn't an aspect, so I'll try to play each of them. And as I play different villains, I'll try to go through all the heroes as best I can in terms of that. All right, so 2 standard games today, and an expert is going to be my goal, hopefully at about an hour and a half. So we'll have to see where it gets us there. If not, then I'll find the time. In terms of that. So yeah, Red Skull's a tricky one. I know I could have started with Rhino and gone from there, but again, there's so many videos against Rhino, it just felt like, well, let me go a different order. So I might play the Red Skull campaign backwards, or I might just jump around to some villains that people kind of vote on. And those kind of things, I don't know exactly what my plan will be in terms of villain order, but I want to make it useful to people, so there's that. All right. So, Red Skull here is on stage 1. We're going to play stage 1 and stage 2 of Red Skull. 2 threat, 0 attack. He gets +1 attack for each side scheme in play, so we want to get rid of those. The Red House side scheme has to be eliminated before I can deal any damage to him. Is that how it is? When Red Skull cannot take damage. Yep. So there's that. I am not going to read the flavor text since I'm playing a lot of times in terms of that. But I know normally that's something that we'll do. All right, so I'm going to play Wanda here. Wanda's in Justice. So the biggest thing I've noticed with Red Skull in Standard is that he is susceptible to big damage. So he doesn't have a lot of health, and you can hit him pretty fast, and that's kind of what she does. So I might kind of aim for that, although I really want to get Quicksilver out. And the crest is good for her in this one, but it's not amazing. So I'm just going to discard multitasking here. and I'm going to draw a shield, which is great. So I'll play my Spiritual Meditation, which lets me draw 2 and then discard 1. I'll get rid of order. I'm going to actually have Quicksilver. I'm not going to hold on to it. Then I will do it again, and I will hold on to the double resource. So I'm going to play, that's a hero action, I'm going to play Heroic Intuition so that I can get 3, because there's so many schemes that have 3. Then I'm going, actually it's going to be perfect. I'm going to flip to this side. I'm going to use Chaos Magic in order to play Quicksilver. So that discards 4 cards off the top of this deck. Oops. Playing at this new angle, so I'm coming from the side, which is kind of weird, but hopefully it will work. All right. And then I am going to use my crest to play my Magic Shield. I think Magic Shield's going to be better to keep me working forward. So I will thwart for 3 to get rid of the red house, and then I'm going to hit him twice with Quicksilver, so he's down to 8. Pretty good first turn. Things are looking good. I'm really looking for those molecular decays or whatever they are, because those I can use to just hit them pretty hard and take them down pretty fast, I think will be my goal. Also, these Turn the Tides will be helpful. In Standard, I'm not looking to build too much here. So, there is that. All right, so we're going to add a threat. He's going to add Hydra Patrol. That one's not too bad. And then, oh, hi, I am live. It's very early. It's Saturday morning. I imagine a lot of people will go back and watch this. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. If you do happen to be joining me, go ahead and chat. I just like recording things live. Plus, then, you know, this is my play. I don't know. I like live, so I always go live for most things in terms of all that. But hello. And if you join us, thank you. All right. So then he's going to attack me for 1 plus a flip. I'm just going to take 1 because it's going to be 1 for this. And the star, if it's discard a support you control. I don't have any supports, so I don't have to worry about it. So I just take 1 damage. I am down to 9. And then his encounter card will be this one. Ooh, so double next time. Yeah, the other tricky part with Red Skull is his scheme is very high, so that's something that you have to watch out for a whole bunch. With him. Okay, after your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So we're definitely going to go for that. Question is, do we want speed out there? I don't think so. I don't think I'm worried about speed, so I think I'm going to play Agatha instead. So, we will thwart, remove 2 from here. When we remove this, we have to search the deck for a Hydra Minion and put it into play. So we are going, search here first. Nope. So we're going to search for the regular, which is in site 1, but it says when this card is revealed, and that card said when it's put into play, so I don't have to add a threat. So we'll put him there, and then we will trigger 2 Turn the Tides as response, each one dealing 3, so Red Skull goes down to 2. We will then have Quicksilver attack and kill this Hydra regular. And ready. And then this is where I have to decide. Do I want to flip, get lots of cards, possibly have him scheme? Do I want to flip him and stay on this side? I would lose Quicksilver to do that. All right, I think we'll let him scheme. We might flip the scheme. So we'll hold speed. We'll get rid of this one. We're going to flip down. Oh, you know what? Nope. What we're going to do instead of playing this is we're going to discard these 2 using her ability to draw 3 instead. Then we will play Agatha, use Agatha to draw 3. Ooh, there's that molecular decay. I really want that card. Ooh, I had a different plan. All right, hopefully there'll be another one. So we'll do this. And then we will play this to play Wiccan. Use Wiccan to thwart here. Ooh, do we want to do that though? We'll move him up to a 3. If we deal damage to him. Where he's going to go to 2, 3, 4, plus 2 cards. What do we want to do? Or we flip him and get another encounter card. And he goes up to 3 threat, which is worse. Okay, so we will stay here and try to take him down next turn. I guess I'll hold on to this multitasking because I could use that next turn. There's a Molecular Decay. So that's really the card that we're going for because that's going to be able to almost take him out in a single hit. Well, not a single hit. Take out half of him in a single hit. I should be careful. I'm making it sound too good. All right, so now we got just a little bit of build here because of the threat, because of Agatha. So that's the idea that we're doing. We're really just trying to power down Red Skull because he's just going to build up more and more. This card's a little bit of a pain for us, so we'll have to see how that goes. All right. We draw back up. We've got Molecular Decay. We've got this Crisis Averted. If something looks like we may just need to let that pop and go through here, we got rid of that one. The only issue right now would be the Sleeper, really, for us. So he adds one there. Then he's going to add Mass Chaos. So we're really probably just going to end up ignoring that. Only got 2 symbols. Only reason I would move it if I had to turn the tide or something like that. I might just let this go because I can probably deal this damage pretty quick at this point. All right, then he's going to scheme, and he draws an additional card. So it's going to be 2 plus 1 plus 0. Well, we got lucky there. So this just goes to 5, and then we'll see if what he draws. This is gone. The Master Strategist. Ooh, Slipping Sanity. All right, so I can exhaust and remove it from the game, or I can discard the top 5 cards for each star icon. Place a threat on the main scheme. You know what? I'm going to hope to not draw 3 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness gracious. I drove 4 stars. So there's a lesson learned, huh? Oh, and watch, it's going to be the Sleeper now. Nope. All right. Censor the past. We'll put that one down there. All right. So not a good plan. But again, hopefully we can take him down in 2 turns and not worry too much about this threat. All right. So first things first, we're going to play our Spiritual Meditation. We're going to draw 2. We're going to get rid of this multitasking. Now we got 2 of these Molecular Decays, huh? So I don't need the Magic Shield or this one, so I'm going to discard those 2 to draw 3 with Quicksilver. All right. Don't need to heal. Oh, I got Agatha. Really looking for a double resource at this point. Another Hex Bolt. All right, I'm going to flip, but look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is awesome. I'm really focusing on these 2 cards right here that I want to do so I can try to take him down. So that's going to be my main plan here. All right. So none of this will affect me. So I will use Quicksilver to hit him. That's going to take out Quicksilver, take out Red Skull. He goes to 16 health. Let's see if we can beat him this turn. All right, so I don't know where I'm going to have Wiccan thwart yet. Might not worry about it. All right, so I'm going to play a Molecular Decay, which deals 5 damage plus 2 card draws. So 5 plus 0, so we'll redraw. Plus 1, plus 3. So that's going to be 9 damage. So he's going to go down to 7 health left. And then I think we've got him. And then I'm going to play another Molecular Decay using these 3. Am I going to get a resource anywhere? Nope. So that Molecular Decay will be 5 plus 0. So we deal 5 damage to him. He's down to 2. And then Wiccan will attack him, and I will attack him, and he's dead. All right, there you go. So far we got 1 down. Not too bad with her. If you just go in, she's got those big damage events, which works out really well. So that's how I use Scarlet Witch to take out Red Skull. Notice this I let get out of control a little bit once I felt like I was in a spot where I could take him down and all of that. So that was kind of that idea in terms of defeating him. All right, so we will reset now. That is that. I just have to remember I have one card that I share between the Steve Rogers deck and the Peter Parker deck, which is War Machine. So forgive me if I forget and halfway through shuffle all that in. All right, so what I'm going to do here now is play Standard with Steve Rogers. Now, I won with the pre-con deck, so it seems like a built deck should be able to do better. But, you know, this one at least is aggression, and I thought it would be interesting to show aggression against him. I mean, I'm going to end up showing them all. But I thought it'd be interesting in terms of aggression because, you know, you might say, oh, you got to thwart a lot against him and how you're going to take care of all that and whatnot. So the way that I did that was I put a lot of Avengers in here. So it's kind of an Avengers build, which I thought made sense with Captain America. So this is my kind of aggression Avengers. So I put in Tigra and Hulk and Valkyrie and Spider-Girl. These ones are all Avengers. And War Machine. I put Nick in because of Steve Rogers reduced the cost of the first ally played. Obviously, Nick's just always a good card, but you might actually see me not play Nick. Although, usually I draw cards, but dealing 6 damage against this Red Skull, because like I said, he's so susceptible to big damage. That's kind of the thing. I just have one into the fray so that I could get rid of threat if I need to. Of course, it's off the main scheme, so that one could be a little tricky. A combat training, a counterattack, martial prowess. So a lot of cards to set myself up. I have these target acquireds that I always put in against him because he's got so many star icons. As you saw, I drew 4 star icons. That was ridiculous. The boot camp to up all of them. Hall of Heroes could stay or go. In Standard, there's not a ton of minions coming out. I don't even think I had any in that game. So that one could go. But I think this is a 40 or 41 card deck. I can't remember. And then I've got a lot of build here to be able to play all of those. I didn't put a mansion just because he already has a decent amount of card draw and things if I flip down. So on the hero side and then the resources there. So that is the deck. Hopefully I was showing that off well. It was a little bit aimed more towards me, I think. All right. So here we go. I need to remove those slipping sanities. I also need to remember when I switch to Peter Parker, I'm going to put it right here on top of the Peter Parker deck to put in the expert cards. Because I tend to do that when I switch between standard and other. Alright, there's 1 slipping sanity. There's 2 slipping sanities. That is another tricky part that I didn't get with Wanda that I got in other games was the Shadows of the Past, and hers is just brutal against Red Skull. It's tough for her to get rid of that luminous. I mean, just in general, I guess it's tough for her. But her luminous character there, with 5 health, like you need a molecular decay to get rid of it or a lucky hex bolt draw in terms of all that. So that can become tough for her. All right, so here we go. We're 1-0, feeling good. Let's hope this isn't our only win. In terms of that. Like I said, I'm going to end up playing 3 today. Hopefully this is useful. If you can let me know, give me a thumbs up, give me some comments on the video if this is what you want to see, or you can tell me, oh, I'd also like to see this villain, or whatever it is. I think even if I lose some games, I think it's good just to see how people are playing Red Skull and what they're thinking, so I hope it's kind of still some strategy in terms of all that, but we will have to see what is useful for people. But I kind of had fun. Like, I hadn't played a ton of Red Skull. He's obviously at the end of the campaign, so if you're playing the campaign a lot and not always getting all the way through, you know, in a single night or 2 nights or whatever you're playing it in, or a week, whatever it is, obviously depending on people's playtime, you might not always get to him, so I could see not just pulling him out to play against him. So I think that was a neat place to start, again, with playing him. But like I said, a little bit longer of a play with Red Skull. I could probably do 5 rhinos in one stream. Also, I guess part of doing the standard, right, is showing people standard and building that in. So, all right, let's talk more rock. Here we go. So 11 health on Captain America, Steve Rogers there. 12 health on Red Skull. The Red House is in play. And let's draw 6 cards. All right, so we've got a boot camp. We've got things to build here. The tower. Not sure that I'm going to put a boot camp out right off the bat. So I think I'll pitch these two and see what else I can draw. And then I need to remember to go get my shield. I should have kept that double resource, I just realized. All right. So Steve Rogers always gets his shield right off the bat. No allies, that big chunk of allies, and I didn't draw any. So let's see what we could get out here. All right. So I've got this to pay for the shield. I've got this to pay for the serum. And I've got these two to pay for the Avengers Tower, or would I rather have combat training? Really like the Avengers Tower. Do I like combat training better than this? I think so. I think we're going to get punchy. All right, so that's going to be our play. So nothing on this side. We're going to flip here. We're going to play the shield on cap. I tend to tuck cards here. I'm not using them. I'm going to play the Avengers Tower. I'm going to play the combat training. And I'm going to punch for 3 to remove the red house. All right. There we go. Draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. More build. No allies. Tricky. You never know how the cards are going to fall. Then you just got to play around it, which I think is what makes the game very replayable. All right. That card coming first is going to change the game. Because I'm going to be able to go get Nick Fury, draw 3, and just build that much more. So this is an example where it's just going to make it a lot easier if this card comes up first versus the sleeper coming out or a mass chaos with 4 on it and slowing you down in terms of all that. So this speeds up my game, whereas the other slows down. All right, so he's going to attack me for 1. I'm not going to block, and it's going to be give him a tough and a boost. 2, 3. All right, and these toughs are where my allies are going to come into play. Now, the other tricky part with the slow build against him is he gets the pistol, he gets the retaliates. You can see I've played him so many times lately, so in terms of all that, it's kind of funny. Slide things up a little bit for you here. All right, and then an encounter card, so he's going to assault. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, okay, hold on. So he would gain the tough, and then I would retaliate him, so that would be gone because I have the shield. So he's going to attack me again, huh? And I had to take 3. So I could discard to stand up this time. I'm going to play this. And if I play this, I could play the endurance. So I would draw another card with that, huh? All right, I'll block this one. All right, so he's going to attack me for 1. And if you're in hero form, he attacks you again after this activation. So block 1, he takes 1. Then he's going to attack me again for 1. No card. And take another damage. All right, there we go. All right, that was all his cards. Whew, he attacked me a lot. So you can see I didn't take a lot of damage, though, in standard, so it wasn't bad. All right, so Fearless Determination is going to give me +1 thwart unless we draw another card. I do like this one, but I'm going to keep building for this, so I'm going to put my team building exercise out, and I'm going to use my target acquired to stand up. Oh well. I'm going to thwart for 3 here. When I do this, I can go get an ally, so I like to always get Nick Fury. There could be a couple others for like endgame things that I might get. In terms of that, maybe a Heimdall, who's expensive. But I'm going to get Nick, and I'm going to draw 3 more cards. I was hoping for a heroic strike. Did not get it. All right, so then I will spend these 3 to put a helicarrier out, and I'll use the helicarrier to play endurance. So now I'm at 10. In terms of all that, and Nick Fury will deal 2 damage. 2 red skulls. So now I can block with my Nick Fury, and hopefully I'll draw a series of allies. I've got these 3 cards to play allies with, so man, still 1 ally. That's unbelievable. Maybe I need more in the deck. All right. So Red Skull is going to add 1 threat. Then he's going to flip Censor the Past. Of course, now you know when I get to my expert games, it's going to be all the difficult ones coming out. What's the Hydra one? There's a Hydra, not the reinforcements. The other one It lets you get rid of a minion, which is amazing. Again, if that one comes out when you have a minion you just can't deal with, it's perfect, but it does add a card. It makes you play heroic for a turn, so it's tricky on that front. All right, Red Skull's going to attack me for 1 plus 0. Nick doesn't even die. And then we will draw, and it's a caught off guard. Look at that. Thanos. All right, caught off guard is going to make me discard a support or upgrade I control. Wow, what do I want to get rid of? That's kind of tough. I kind of want to get rid of my shield, but I can't get it back. Can't be a captain without a shield. I guess I'll get rid of the combat training. I don't need the health. I'll get rid of endurance. All right. There we go. And end of the round, so Nick goes away. Okay, so we want to take him down and take him down fast. So let's play our Fearless Determination. We'll draw another card. There's Steve's apartment. I'll probably flip down this turn. Given that I have 3 threat, I'll get rid of this one and shuffle 3 cards back in my deck. So I will put Nick Fury back in my deck. I'll put a double resource. I don't have any damage, so I'll put another double resource. So I'm going to shuffle those back in. Then I will play a free Hulk using these 2, which is pretty nice. I'm going to use the Hall of Heroes to play Steve's apartment. And I'm going to use the Shield Toss and the Helicarrier to play Martial Prowess. Where am I putting all these? Alright. So then I'm going to attack with Hulk for 3 plus a lightning. So I take a damage. Everybody takes a damage. So that's going to be 4 damage to Red Skull. I didn't think about the fact that I want to get rid of the threat, but I guess I won't. I will flip down, heal 1, draw a card with Steve's apartment. And hey, there's Agent 13. I can't afford to play this turn, but go from there. All right. So again, this may make the scheme pop, but at some point with him, I think you have to, and then just go in for that damage. I don't think I can do 20 damage unless I draw a lot of heroic strikes. And I drew 3 of them. Wow. Funny how that works. Okay. So, he will add 1 to go to 3. He will play the sleeper. Hey, there he is. So the sleeper's coming out with a tough and a retaliate. So we'll have to work our way through that. And then he will scheme for 2 plus 1 plus a tough. So that will be 3 to go to 6. Everybody's tough. And then we will draw, exhaust a character you control for each side scheme in play. All right, so I will exhaust Steve Rogers, because I think I want Hulk to deal some damage here. All right, so we're going to play Agent 13. With our discount, we're going to draw a card and heal. To downtime. We're not going to need that. We're going to play Agent 13 with our double resource. And this makes it freer. Can't use either of these because she's not an Avenger. I could use the Helicarrier. That's all right. Then we will flip. When she comes in, she removes 2 threat. The question is, do I want her to hit there? And then I could try to just punch him with Hulk. After your hero defeats a minion, I could also do that. Could defeat the minion, stand back up. Then I could hit Red Skull. Unfortunately, I can't play all these heroic strikes. All right. Let me try it. So I'm going to Battle Fury. I'm going to have her hit the sleeper. That's going to deal 2 damage to her because of Retaliate. Then I could have Hulk try to punch him. And if Hulk doesn't, then I could finish him off. Hulk could remove that. All right, we'll try it. All right, Hulk's going to punch and go away. Darn it. It's not the best deck for Hulk. I think I do have a lot in there. All right, so then I need to... did I mess up my numbers then? I did. So then I need to discard one so I can stand up. When I stand up, I'll punch the sleeper. And then this is a big old waste here, huh? It is. All right, well, I've got 1, 2, 3 to play Heroic Strike. And that will get rid of his tough. Should I just hold those? And stun him? No, that's fine. And I will take 1 damage. Well, without the combat training and all that, it might have not been the best order of events there. Oh, you know what I did have? Sorry. I had the Battle Fury, so I could lose a health to stand up. I forgot about that. Then I would attack him, get rid of the tough, then play that. So that'll deal 6, which will flip him. My bad. I knew I had a plan in my head. It got a little crazy there. So he should just be at 16 now, because I should deal the 6 damage. Right, so the Battle Fury, I was going to stand up. The reason I played this is so I could punch out the sleeper. That would let me get rid of this to ready. Then I use that to hit him, take a damage. And then I play the other to deal the 4 remaining damage and flip him and stun him. That is what I was thinking when I played the Battle Fury, but then I had all this series of things after that. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got my Nick Fury back, which is probably going to be my route. Maybe not even draw cards. Can I get Tigra down too? 1, 2. If I flip, I could. So that'll be interesting. All right, he'll... Oh, this is out. He'll add 1 here to go to 5. And flip Mass Chaos. That only stinks because it goes through my cards. 4 different symbols. Ouch. Oh, and when I flip, doesn't he get an extra encounter card? That's going to be a little bit oogle. Get me nervous here playing Standard. And it's tricky, and now I got to go play Expert, huh? We'll see how that goes. Not guaranteeing wins, I can tell you that. All right, he's stunned. So then we're going to draw 3 cards. Heroic 2. All right, that one we don't care about. Oh, but it might have an insight on it, right? That one is his Retribution. Oh, wait, he didn't deal damage to me when I hit him. So I didn't have to take 1 there. He doesn't have retaliate. And then he fights me again, huh? All right, am I just going to block with Agent 13? Am I just going to take it to deal a damage to him? I will just take it. He's going to hit me for 2 plus a tough. Man. Oh, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. This is not my day. He takes 1, and he's tough. Well, now I have Agent 13 to get rid of the tough, so that's good. All right, let's see what we can play here then. Oh, gosh, look at... I have a shield block. Play smarter. Shield block. All right, so I think I need all of these in order to play Nick, unless I'm going to flip down and let that flip, but I don't need to do that. So 4 to play Nick with the Helicarrier. I'm just going to deal 4 damage to him with Nick, so he's at 11. Oops. First, Agent 13 will punch him. My bad. Then I'll deal 4 with Nick. Then I will attack him for 2 with Nick. He's down to 9. He takes 2, and then I will attack him myself. Oh, I do have combat training. I thought I got rid of it. Man, keep your head in the game, Brandt. Crazy. All right, so I got him down to 6, which means I can double punch him next turn as long as I can survive. So the survive is the name of the game, which I don't think any of these events should mess with me because the sleeper is the biggest one. So we should be in good shape. There is my Heroic Strike again. Oh, did I? Oh, I went through my deck and I took an extra card. All right, no cheating there. All right, so this is going to go to 7. Oh, yeah, no, Super Soldier Serum is great. I guess I'm playing him on standard, so I'm really trying for like to punch him down really fast, so I'm not using those as much, but they are very good, no doubt. Hydra Patrol. Sorry, I always play like this, but I'll put it down here for camera's sake. All right. Howdy, thank you for joining me. Uldrick. Good to see you. Good morning here. Not sure where you are. Then he's going to attack me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nick will block. And can we get the win? Let's see. Oh, it's a guard. Oh, so rude. All right. So we will play Fearless Determination, draw a card. And we got to get rid of that guard. So we could Heroic Strike the guard, which I think is going to be our play here. Although I can get War Machine down too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can play War Machine. Yep. Then I will play Heroic Strike. I'll use my Martial Prowess, my Helicarrier, and my downtime to Heroic Strike this soldier. So he's out. I get a card. Then I will punch this guy with War Machine. He has Tough, so that goes away, and it's Retaliate, but he has Ranged. Yes. So I deal 2, so he's down to 4. Then I will attack with Captain America for 3, take 1, Retaliate. But you know what, Red Skull? I can do this all day. Good morning from Utah. And I will stand back up, and I will punch him for 3. Done. All right. Whew, 2 for 2 so far. Let's see how we do here. All right, so yeah, I'm playing Red Skull 5 times. I'm playing him 3 times in this session, and then I'll play 2 more. The other part with that is actually building the decks for the cards I need that cross over. These decks work pretty well in terms of I don't have a lot of crossover. But there are other decks. Speaking of that, I need War Machine for my other deck. All right, so now we're going to up the difficulty to Expert. We'll have to see. I did pretty well. Wanda did very well. My built deck didn't do as well, but that's that randomness. And I don't mean randomness in like a bad way, like, oh, it's just random, but really defeating Red Skull, it seems hard to defeat Red Skull consistently. That's where I said, boy, if I do 4 out of 5, I'd be ecstatic. I'd feel like I really showed people something. If I did 3 out of 5, I'd feel like, okay, well, this is how Red Skull goes in terms of that. And I'm just hoping that those aren't the only 2 games I win. If I can't beat him on Expert, I admit I'll feel a little silly having played him for a week, but there's just games where if you just don't get the right things and can't cancel them, it is tough. So we'll see. But I think Spider-Man is pretty good. He seems to stand quite the chance here against him, so we'll see how it goes. But you could see in that game, these came out, and it just really accelerates being able to play him well. I mean, it's nice to get the sleeper out of the way. That's the good part, but tricky even still. All right, so we're going to play a Peter Parker build. We're going to play Peter Parker, Spider-Man basics. So I don't have any aspect cards in here. And this deck has done well. Knock on wood. In terms of all that. Where is my Steve Rogers? There he is. All right, got lots of stuff to organize over here. Set that aside, set him aside. Man out of time. Thanks for your patience. I know there's people that edit their videos and say, here's this play, here's this play, here's this play. And I totally appreciate that. But I like playing live, so a little slower for me to shuffle all the cards in and whatnot. And everything. All right, so I'll show you my basics build here as soon as I shuffle these. We're starting Red Skull on phase 2, so now it's 16 damage. So this is a lot of damage. Now I got to do 36 damage. So I'm thinking, 4 web kicks and something else. That's the tricky part with Spider-Man. It's web kicks or punch for 2. And that's it. That's what he's got for damage. So you got to add in other things. So this one has decent number of allies and other things. Really just a lot of build for card draw because he's got a lot of resources. So I want to just keep cycling to get to those web kicks. That's going to be the idea in terms of all that. But yeah, the trickiest part now with Red Skull here is this 3 scheme. So my favorite to play against him is Justice and put 3 concussive blows in there and just keep confusing him. So like a Captain Marvel where she has Spider-Woman and just keep him confused so I can flip back and forth and not worry about that. And I find that to be the best when I'm on Expert. But yeah, confuse is by far the least common aspect in the game, or condition in the game. So I'll have to see. All right, so I've got build cards with Quinn Carrier, team building. Did I put team building in? I don't think I need team building. Weird. I shouldn't have that card in. All right, because I only have 1 Avenger. So I'm going to put all these on him. So basically, I'm going to try to make a machine out of Spider-Man on one side, and I'll only flip when I have to go to get Aunt May to heal. So I'm going to give him +6 health and then draw a card every time and then use his backflips. Obviously, I'm in this aspect, so I have these resources. Then these assess the situations or to make my hand size even bigger. So just keep cycling through cards, seeing more cards. And then just all of the allies, all of the neutral allies are in play. Lockjaw being my biggest friend with all those resources. So resources are going to be spent on Lockjaw and on swinging web kicks. And I'm going to try to swinging web kick him to death is the idea. I've got these resources as well, and then I've got 3 first aids to keep myself and my allies healed up. In terms of all that. I don't remember having these in the last time I built as much, so we'll have to see how all that goes. But if I can keep some of these, of course, there's going to be too many allies to some extent, but we'll see how all that goes. All right. So that's going to be the plan here. And we will see how we do. So we start at 10 health, I believe. Yeah, and Aunt May's the big key so that I can heal when I need to. And those backflips at the right time. And he can be the toughest one if I don't draw an ally, getting rid of that red house on turn 1. So that's where your own draw becomes tricky if you don't have a way to get rid of 3 threat or deal 3 damage. That just stays there, and then you're dealing with 2 things right off the bat, an additional encounter card, and they can get messy. So let's hope. Yeah, I guess this isn't like a full tutorial. Like I didn't go through reading all the things and saying, oh, this is what Mass Chaos does. This is what this does. So a little different on that front. There. All right, here we go. Let's start as Peter Parker. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I like those swinging web kicks right off the bat. I can't use a Spider Tracer. I could stun him with Mockingbird. I like the web shooter, so I might make this a little menu of choice based on what else I can draw. So a first aid. So we'll use the free resource to play the web shooter. Put 3 counters on it. Flip over. Then I wish I could play both of these. So I think what I will do is play Mockingbird using the web shooter. I will stun him. Although, I like to draw cards. What did I have? I could have put Heimdall out. It's my other option, and I miss out on the swinging web kick. Alright, I'll do it. I'm going to put Heimdall out so I don't stun him so I can draw more cards. And Heimdall will attack here for 3 to get rid of the red house. Let's have all those first aids. And Spider-Man will hit him for 2. So we did lose a swinging web kick on that. Also, we look through the top 3 of these so we can pick what we want to come out. So he's getting a tough status card no matter what I do. This one exhausts a character I control. Man. All right. 2 threat on each scheme in play. We don't want that. So we're going to have to deal with exhausting and a tough status card. Ugh, not good. All right, so we'll put one here. We will draw, censor the past, so we can put 3 cards back in, so we can shuffle that swinging web kick back in, will be the idea. Then we draw our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll be able to heal Heimdall, swinging web kick, this, and I think we can do all these actually. One short, right? In terms of all that. So we'll either heal or add to ourselves. All right, so then he's going to attack me, which will trigger Spider Sense. So he's going to attack me for 1, 2, 3, plus a tough status card. These tough status cards are brutal until I get Black Cat out, so we'll have to see how that goes. So he's going to attack me for 3. I go to 7, and then he's going to give cards. So this one's going to exhaust a character I control. I'll exhaust Spider-Man so I can remove threat. And this one is going to advance. Ooh, that's not good. 3 plus 2 is 5. Yikes. Got out of control fast. All right. So now the swinging web kick ain't so exciting. That's what becomes tricky here. So let's play First Aid using Lockjaw, because I want Lockjaw in the discard pile anyway. I will heal him for 2 here. Then I could play Lockjaw. And I could play this one. So I've got to get rid of threat. All right. So I will play 4 to put Lockjaw out. Yeah, the swinging web kick thing isn't happening so much. And I'll put Honorary Avenger on myself to go to 8 health. And then these 2 will remove Censor the Past. And I can shuffle 3 cards back in. So I'll shuffle my double resource and my swinging web kicks. All right, well, we're okay so far. Got to get rid of that threat there, but I should be able to remove 4 next turn. And if I had to, I could like double Lockjaw next turn. That's where he becomes so good, is he's just always available once you get him out. All right, so let's draw 5. All right. More build. We may just put the mansion down and see where we can go from there. If I did use a resource, I could assess the situation, but we won't go back. All right. So he's going to add 1 threat. He's going to add Hydra Patrol. That's pretty easy to get rid of. Oops, my bad. And then he's going to attack me. So I trigger. No backflip. Man, can't get a backflip. And he will attack me for 4. And then his encounter card is a soldier. So we got damage and we got threat to get rid of this turn, huh? All right, so if I put this Spider-Man out, I'm really looking for an Aunt May at this point. So I could use Lockjaw on him to do that. I would love to have this mansion down. I could put the Quinn Carrier down instead. And then 1, 2, 3 to play him. All right, that's going to be my best bet. So we'll put the Quinn Carrier down. 1, 2, 3. So I guess swinging web kicks are going to come second time through. We'll play Spider-Man and name +2 attack so we can punch out this soldier. Then we will have Lockjaw deal remove 2 threat. Oh man, that's a mess. 2 threat from this scheme. And we will go get a regular. And then I've got to remove 2 threat here. So we're really hoping we draw a backflip this turn, so we can get out of that damage. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so he will add a threat here. Mass Chaos. We'll draw 5 cards, and we've got 3 different symbols. He will attack us. We'll draw a card. Hey. Okay. I think we've got a turn now. All right. He will attack us for 1, 2, 3. We will backflip out of that. Then we'll get attacked for 2 by this Hydra regular. Do we need... yeah, Aunt can just heal us, so it doesn't matter. So we'll just take the 2 damage, and then we will draw 2 cards. What's the second card for? Oh, we punched out the guard. Another guard, and a Hydra Flame Soldier. All right. Okay, here we go. So now we will use these 2, the Power in All of Us and the Genius, to play War Machine. Comes into play with a Tough. We will use the Quinn Carrier to play Aunt May. Then we got to figure out what we want to get rid of. We want to get rid of that threat. We have to get rid of that threat. So I could remove 1, or Spider-Man can remove 1, 2, 3 with Heimdall, 2 there, and then I leave all of these. That scheme's going to pop, so we're just going to let that pop. All right, so we're going to clean up these and get rid of that Mass Chaos. So Spider-Man and Heimdall will get rid of this one. So go to a 3. War Machine. And myself will get rid of... I guess this Flame Soldier. That'll get rid of his Tough. Then I will flip down, and I will use my Genius to play First Aid to heal Heimdall. Alright. It's going to be a little tricky on the scheme. Then we're going to heal for 4 with Aunt May, but we should be able to pop back up and be pretty set to stay on that side. So we just got to hope this doesn't get crazy out of control. Which, of course, means that's going to be the sleeper. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our Black Cat, so that she could come in. Oh, we can even get a 6th card here. We've got a backflip, which is bad timing for both of these cards, which is rough. So, yeah, you can see the order of our deck just drew a little crazy. I also didn't get any of my Spider Tracers while these were out, which would have really helped, so... But that's the breaks. That's how it goes. That's why, guaranteeing wins is tricky to do. So we're going to add 1 here. We're going to add this. Oh, it's the sleeper. See, if it could have been the one that let me remove a Hydra, that's amazing for that one there. Uh-oh. Did the sleeper get shuffled in? I think so. Yep, right there. All right. So then he's going to scheme for 3 plus attach this. So 4, that's going to pop this scheme. So when this pops, going to flip. So you can see it's a lot harder to power him down here with all the things that come out. So my plan of just hitting him, ooh, that's helpful. Because that's how I can go get Nick. Although it's tricky with all these allies out, but Spider-Man's going to go. I may have to let Black Cat be. Although she's a good way to get rid of these. So we'll see. And 1 here. And then each of these are going to scheme, which is going to put this at 4. So we've got a lot to remove with all that. And then he's going to draw Under Fire. Of course he is. Shadow of the Past. Oh, man. This is tricky. All right, so we're going to put that out. And Highway Robbery. Highway Robbery steals a card from my hand. Goodness gracious. All right. So you can see it just can get out of control so fast. These 3 get shuffled in. Woo! All right, can we make this a win? Somehow here. And he has Retaliate. That's fine. Okay. Now we really got to cut our work out for us. So we do have him in there. We do have an ability to remove that. Only thing I can do on this side currently is... Alright, so I want them to remove threat. Alright, so we're going to use Spider-Man and War Machine. Okay, threes. So Spider-Man and Heimdall to remove this prison camps. Then we're going to go get Nick Fury and put him into play. Draw 3. Or do I want to just deal 4 damage? We'll deal 4 damage to get rid of Vulture. Then we're going to use War Machine to get rid of this Hydra Regular. Ooh, okay. We're going to heal for 4 with Aunt May. If I put Black Cat out, I'd have to get rid of one of these, which I don't think I want to do. So we will flip to Peter Parker. We will play Honorary Avenger. So now we're at 11 health. And then I guess I could just hold these to deal with what comes out. What do I want to do with Black Cat here? So these two could punch him out or get rid of the threat. I think I will get rid of the threat. Oh, I can only get rid of that much, huh? All right. I'll get rid of 2 threat. Nah, I can deal with threat. I'll punch this guy. Yeah, the only tricky part is there just 1 card left, so that's the one that's going to let me get rid of him. So maybe I'll go get this card back. Yep, we'll remove this to get this double resource card back. Do I want to use Black Cat and then just block with her like I would Nick? Is an idea. So I'll replace Nick with Black Cat. And then I'll use her to get rid of this tough. She takes a retaliate because she doesn't take consequential. And I'll block with her like I would Nick. And I'll play this assess the situation so I can draw an extra card. Alright. There's that plan. Did I put any side schemes in here? Woo! That was a big turn. We'll see. That could be a turn that changes this. We will find out. All right. So we got to assess the situation. So we're going to drop to 6, 4, 5, 6. We've got 2 web kicks now, which really is just a matter of cleaning all this up. Give me the key. All right. So we are going to add a threat to go to 5. Got them to remove threat, so I should be okay. We're going to play this. This is why I didn't eliminate him, because I can use that, which is where you play the scenarios more often. Oh, discard cards with Black Cat enters. Thank you. What did I have in my hand? These 2. So I'm going to shuffle this back. I always miss the Black Cat trigger. 1, 2. So I would get a swinging web kick in my hand, which I could play, but he's got tough. Oh, I could take the sleeper out. Look at that. Thank you. So I will use that to take the sleeper out, which will get rid of this scheme. Amazing. Wow. You saved me a ton. Yep, I got it. Thank you so much. All right, and I still played the assess the situation, so now I'm going to go through here. I missed that Black Cat one a lot. I feel like Spider-Man and Captain America are 2 people I don't play very often either, so trickier. I wasn't looking up at the chat as much. Thank you very much, Uldrick. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to draw to 6 now. Ooh, and I drew a backflip. Look at that. Amazing. All right. Whew, I feel better now. I feel like I can do this. That was close. All right, so he's going to add... I did add the threat there. I flipped that. Then he's going to attack me. I'm going to block with Black Cat. Sorry, first I trigger Spider Sense. Oh, I don't need to block with Black Cat. So 1, 2, 3. And do I even need to backflip? Spider. Is defeated. So I'd imagine he wouldn't be defeated. I don't know that I need that Spider Tracer. I guess I will, because I have it. All right, then I'm going to get attacked for 2. I go to 9, and then cards. So here's the swoop. Stun your hero. That's it. All right, and a Jet Trooper will attack me for 2, and I'll just take it. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to use the Quinn Carrier to play the Web Shooter. Ooh, I can feel this. This is going to be a win. Just got to get everything figured out here. We're going to exhaust in order to unstun ourselves. We're going to use War Machine to get rid of this, which will let me discard him, meaning I don't have to take a card. That is good. Then, don't have a heal for him. We'll use Black Cat to get rid of this tough. Oh, he's got Retaliate though, huh? What does it take to get rid of that Retaliate? Punch. All right, let's just wait on that. We will use this Webbed Up to play a Spider Tracer. And then we will punch him with Heimdall so he's gone. And we get rid of 3 threat here to go down to 2. Yeah, Captain America and Doctor Strange. I would highly suggest Spider-Woman. I think she's amazing in solo with that pheromones. I would say try her. But yeah, Doctor Strange and Cap tend to be the best 2 for solo, I guess. I don't know. I like playing all the heroes, so it's just such a different thing. In terms of that, I'm happy to play another hero and make them work in terms of all that. So I have this swinging web kick, the double resource. So what I could do, which would be weird, is I could get rid of... Oh, she didn't go yet. I'm going to try it. I'm going to use these 2 plus a resource here to get rid of the right hook. Then I'm going to get rid of his tough. Then I'm going... And I use this one. Then I'm going to use this web shooter to play endurance and put myself to 10. Yeah, I'm intrigued. Uldrich, do you play solo mainly because of the pandemic, or would you play multiplayer if you were able to get out to stores or other places or have friends over or whatever, or are you preferring mostly to buy this game and play solo one hero? Because that's my thing. I really want to play this game with 3 and 4 people more than solo, but I know others are happy to just play it solo. All right, here we go. So now we're looking for those swinging web kicks. Win of the game. We do reshuffle this, which is interesting. I also have my vulture one in there, which could be a little frustrating as well. So we'll see how all that goes. But I feel like I'm close to under control, and now I'm just trying to get those swinging web kicks on him. But things can change in a hurry. All right. So the 2 of them can take that out, which is nice. He's going to attack me, which triggers Spider Sense. It's a backflip. He attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4-5, so I will backflip out of it. And then we draw a card, and it's this one, Master Strategist. So what I don't want to do is flip down, because that will let him scheme out. All right, so we're going to play Ironheart with Lockjaw and the Quinn Carrier. Ironheart lets me draw a card. It's a first aid. I am then going to attack with Black Cat and War Machine on the red house, which I can. That gets rid of War Machine. I'll use my 4 resources to bring in Lockjaw. And then we're all just going to attack him. Attack, attack, attack. So 2, 4, we'll get rid of 2 threat, actually. Nice, yeah. I really enjoy the game multiplayer a lot and want to push people to do that more. I think in person, a 3 and 4 player game runs in the 1 to 2 hour. Some of the ones I've been playing online take longer in terms of that. So I end up punching him for 3. And then, am I going to first aid Lockjaw or just hold? I might just hold on to this at this point. I don't need the first aid, so I might as well use a web shooter. I'll just heal myself. Makes no sense. I'll just heal Lockjaw and I'll block with Ironheart if I need to. All right, draw back up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. All right, should be able to do this. Come on, come on. No chaos. 1 here. Add this, the Hydra Patrol. The thing I don't mind about this one is I can eliminate it, put the one out for 2, and then kill it. So it makes it not too bad in terms of that. All right, then he's going to attack me, and I'm going to draw Assess the Situation, so I don't have a backflip. 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be 2 cards. So we'll just block with Ironheart. And that's going to be for 7. Thank you, Ironheart. And then he will draw a card, which is discard 1 card at random from each player's hand. Place 1 threat in the main scheme for each different resource discarded this way. So I might as well just discard a random card. Yeah, solo makes, that's the one thing. I mean, I know the designers have said that the game wasn't necessarily designed for solo play. Those status cards are the biggest deal. For sure. I do find things like the card Advance is brutal in solo. It can just be so hard. I mean, you can still win. I don't mean to make it sound like you can't. But that card can really just ramp what you have to do if you can't remove, threat. That one can be tricky and whatnot. But yeah, 4-player, the status cards are way different. But then you get the fun of like the card where you can block and then you stun the villain. So it's like, oh, I can block and then play that to stun it for the next person, which is really cool. And then I can ready with Indomitable and then block for you and stun again. So you could kind of make it like he only attacks twice, which I think is kind of neat if you can use stun in that order. Kind of a fun way to do it. All right, here we go. Our turn. So we've got a Nick Fury, which feels somewhat like a no-brainer. We've got a Spider-Man. So let's Nick with our Quinn Carrier. And are we in on damage yet? Now let's draw cards. All right, then we can play... Can't play both of these, huh? Always tricky, always holding back on those swinging web kicks. All right, so we will play our swinging web kick to deal 8 damage to him, bring him down to 3. Then we will have Lockjaw remove the Hydra Patrol. We'll go get a regular. So yeah, your best bet with this is to get the Hydra regular because it doesn't trigger Insight because it's put into play, not revealed. And we will kill the regular with Nick Fury. I always just check, is it in the discard pile or the deck? And then, do we want to take him and flip him yet? Not really. So we'll deal 1 damage here. We're going to flip him next turn so we don't have to deal with another encounter card right now. And we will remove 1 threat with Spider-Man. All right. Woo! I can feel it. Coming in the air tonight. So I could have gotten rid of my web shooter to that's too late. I could have played Assess the Situation instead of held Spider-Man, I realized. But that's okay, because we're really looking for swinging web kicks. But Spider-Man will be plenty good. All right, we're adding 1 here. We are adding Hydra Reinforcements. Ooh, I might have forgot to draw my extra card when I played that last time. That's my bad. Always going to miss something. He's going to attack. We're going to draw a webbed up. We're going to block with Nick Fury. I'm defended. Nope. So Nick is gone, and then I need to draw 2 cards here, which I think I forgot the first time. So I apologize on that front. Exhaust a character for each side scheme in play. So we will exhaust Black Cat. And we'll put this soldier who I can just punch out there. So no worries. All right. But he gets discarded, not defeated. So we will use Lockjaw to remove this, which then removes him. Puts Lockjaw in the discard pile. Then we will play... we will punch and flip Red Skull. So we get a card, and he goes to 20 health. So if we can just get him to 16, we could try to get 2 swinging web kicks. 1, 2. All right, so there's going to be 1 in our next hand, so we should be relatively close if we can get him down there. So we will Quinn Carrier and Spider Tracer and Webbed Up to put Spider-Man out. Add +2 attack, punch to get him to 16. See, now when you get to endgame too, all these become blockers for you. We will use Mockingbird to play a target acquired. And we will assess the situation. All right. I feel a little too confident, that's the problem. So we draw up to 6. We've got 1 swing and web kick. We had another card. That's where it's going to be messy. I wish I had those ones to cancel. And we did get our good cards, although we could get the Go Get Nick Fury, which would possibly be the end here. And the thing we don't want to see is a guard. All right. So we got 6 in hand here. He will add a threat. Mass Chaos. Ooh, I just don't want to lose. No, we're good. Actually, there's only 2 symbols there. Probably ignore that at this point. So if I can't take him down this turn, I'll take him down next turn, I hope. He will attack. I draw another swinging web kick, so I can take him down this turn. So we will block with Black Cat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. She's dead. Then cards. All right, here we go. Soldier, no big deal. Gang Up, kind of a big deal. So we will, he's going to attack. We'll draw a card. We've got no backflip. We'll block with Spider-Man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's done. This guy's going to attack. We're going to block it. Actually, is it just discard a support you control? Which would be Aunt May. So that's fine. We'll just take it in case we need damage. Aunt May is gone. And, ooh, this is discard a random card and surge or exhaust. So we will flip to Peter Parker and exhaust. This is out of the game. And we will flip back And we will double swinging web kick. Quinn carrier, web shooter, whatever you need. 16 damage. There it is. That is the win. Peter Parker Basics. All right. We did it. 3 for 3 today. So you can see I've been playing a lot of Red Skull. I feel like I'm a little bit in my head even as well there. But so we'll finish this off on another video because I just played. Actually, that was only an hour and 15 minutes. That wasn't too bad. But I don't have decks built for the others because I kind of need to cross over the cards. But that is 5 games against Red Skull. Yeah, so we played the pre-con for Wanda Maximoff, got the win there with Justice. We played Captain America. Hold on. We played Captain America Aggression. Built, a deck I built against Standard. And then we moved up to Expert and we played Spider-Man with just the basics. And we were able to beat him there, and that was quite the game. I did miss one thing. I forgot to draw a card when the Hydra reinforcements came out. So that first time I should have had an extra card. It's hard to say, right? Could that change the game? But I play them live, so maybe it would have. And I almost missed the trigger on Black Cat, and that did make a big difference that turn. So you can catch me on those. But I mean, that's just how the game goes. I don't know. I'm thinking how often I play and I go, oh no, and I go like back. I try not to go back on any card draws. So if any card draws happen, and that's where this one's tricky, right? We don't know what this card would have done when I missed that one. I'm sure there were other things I missed. I tried not to miss retaliates and other things in terms of all this. But either way, the goal wasn't necessarily for me to win all the games, but for you to just see this is the way that I'm playing Red Skull and things that you might want to take into your play, kind of some strategy. And I figured rather than kind of talking through it, actually going through here some plays. So, all right, so we'll come back with a leadership deck and with a protection deck and see if we can take Red Skull down. I'm feeling pretty good because I'm 3 for 3, so I feel like if I get one of these next two, I'm in good shape. If I don't, then, it's just a matter of that. But we really haven't had that game. Well, that one got pretty out of control, and we were able to work it pretty well. But notice with Spider-Man there, not trying to use those webbed ups, not trying to stun him, really helped because I could draw those extra cards. I got Aunt May just in time, as seems to happen so often. So if that's your strategy, you've got to remember, I need Aunt May. If she comes out early, you can't pass her by if you're going to do that. If you know you're going to be flipping down to heal otherwise, then you might, be able to. But if you want to stay on that side and keep drawing and whatnot, and then, using those backflips at the right time, and it might even just be worth blocking with him. I didn't block with him very often, but he has 3 to block, so it's okay to do that as well. Awesome. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks, Uldrick here for joining me, and a few other people, actually, I see. Thanks for watching afterward. Don't forget to thumb up the video, like and subscribe to the channel. There'll be a bunch of Marvel Champions. Obviously, that's what I like to play from home here. But there'll be lots of other plays of other games as well. That is part 1 of 5 games against Red Skull. We'll be back with part 2 at some point here this week. All right? But I am your host, the Brandt, from the Portal Home Studio. And until next time, I hope you step into the portal. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Have a good Saturday.